Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Terrifying Tuesday on this channel where we talk about all things horror. And today, the Kirby returning to the Scream franchise rumors have started up again. So let's talk about it, break it down, and see if we can figure out how this could be true. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so first off, before we get started, I wanted to talk about those short movie reviews I was going to start. I'm going to start those next week, and I already have the first one picked out, and it should be a lot of fun. Some of them will be newer movies, and some of them will be classic movies, as the title suggests, classic movie reviews. I hope that you guys watch them and look forward to them and enjoy them. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so that being said, let's jump into our topic. Kirby could be returning. Now, I know we've talked about the possibility of Kirby returning on this channel before. We've talked about it numerous times because Kirby is one of those characters that everyone wants to see return, and the actress wants to return. And I wasn't going to do this topic today. However, I have heard several different rumors suggesting that she is coming back. It's just how she's coming back that's going to be the trick. Because the actress actually wants to come back, and she enjoyed playing the role as much as we enjoyed having her in the role. So that is something that I think they're considering because the rumors keep coming up. The first rumor, of course, is that she's going to be the opening kill. Now, this would be something that would be impactful, and we have talked about that as kind of a possibility before of killing off Kirby, only that wouldn't be, at least the way I'm thinking, that wouldn't be something that would be as impactful to the characters as it would be to us. To us, it might be more impactful than it is to Sydney. Sydney does know Kirby and they do have a connection, so if she is the opening kill, this of course does make it at least interesting to us. This ups that danger level for us where we think that no one is safe. However, it doesn't really change a whole lot for Sydney. She does know Kirby, but she doesn't know her that well. They're survivors together. There's not anything that we've ever been told about any relationship that they've had. Have they stayed close to each other? Are they friends? We don't know the answer to this, and that would have to be addressed in that opening scene for it to have an impact on Sydney and make it believable that it would have an impact on Sydney to us, the audience. That's why I don't think they're going to go that route with Kirby being the opening kill. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for that to happen. Now, if they could pull it off to where we're told just how close Sydney and her are, and then we're led to believe that they've been in touch this whole time, yes, it becomes more impactful. However, it doesn't necessarily fit with what we've known before, so it takes that suspension of disbelief in order for it to work. And anytime you have to do that, sometimes it's not as well received. I don't think that she's going to end up being the opening kill. At least that's my opinion. However, the other rumor that I've been hearing over and over again lately is that Kirby is going to be getting her own television series. That's right, a spinoff of Kirby hunting down Ghostface. And we've talked about this before. This rumor has been floating around. However, it's gained a little more traction in the coming weeks, with the actress actually wanting to come back into the role again and kind of asking the people involved if she could. So that kind of lends itself to the how do they do it. And the how do they do it that's been sort of talked about is a TV series. The TV series has been talked about again for a while. And with other movies having these TV shows, all the horror franchise are getting TV shows. We have Chucky, we have the Friday the 13th show that's going to happen, and, and we have the Halloween TV show that's going to happen. And it's not like this is a new thing. We've had TV shows based on horror franchises before, all the way back to Freddy's Nightmares. It was probably the earliest I remember having its own show. Now, you also had The Exorcist in more recent years having its own TV show, although it's kind of already been forgotten by a lot of people. And then you had the Silence of the Lambs TV show, its prequel, Hannibal. So we had a lot of things like this before, so this is not entirely new. It's just the latest craze. And why wouldn't Scream jump on this? Especially when you can do a character like Kirby and have her possibly chasing down a different ghost face every single time. And that's what this would probably entail. Either season by season, her solving a different case, or it could actually lend itself to episodic stuff. However, if we're going to go with the episodic situation, I don't think that that is going to deliver on as many scares or as many twists and turns as the fans would like. I think doing it as a series that's more of a season-based series, the way the other Scream series was that aired on MTV, where you fall in love with these characters, you get to know these characters, and then you wonder which ones are the Ghostface killer and which ones are going to be the next victim. And this could kind of involve Kirby hunting them down as well. After all, this whole internet thing that has been happening in the more recent movies. And it's always been there because you know that even as far back as Scream 2, the killers found each other on a website. And we know that the plot for one of the sequels was going to be Stu coming back and being the mastermind. So all of that is kind of lending itself towards this Reddit-style page where the killers can find each other. It's kind of like they are setting it up where Kirby can come in and investigate the different murders that go on. She could be a part of the series investigating as the stuff is happening. And that's really interesting because that would make it so that we see Kirby, but it could also make it so that every season we get an actual Ghostface, not the Ghostface ripoff killer that was in the Scream series before. Now, the Scream series on MTV was pretty good. I didn't have a problem with it overall, but it always bothered me that it wasn't actually Ghostface. And then by the time we got the season where an actual Ghostface popped up, a lot of people weren't really watching anymore. They weren't watching and they didn't really enjoy it, which is sad because I thought it was one of the better seasons of the show. I thought the idea of bringing back Ghostface into the mix was cool. Although it didn't tie into the series of movies, it was sort of standalone. And that worked for it. If you're under the guise that we could be getting this new series with Kirby, because think about it this way, if it really is an internet thing and they're finding these ghost faces through the internet, they're finding these people through the internet, now you have something, because now you can bring Kirby in and even make the other series canon into the new one if you wanted to, which might be kind of interesting in of itself, because it had good characters all the way through. Even though we didn't get Ghostface for the first few seasons, it would be nice to revisit possibly some of those characters and bring them into the fold as well. At least that's what I think. Now, I know we've talked about these rumors before. We've talked about them because they keep coming up. So what is the likelihood that this stuff is actually going to happen? Well, like I said before, I don't think it's likely that Kirby is going to be our opening kill. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for her to be the opening kill because too much explanation would have to be done for just how much Sydney knows her. Or even if they wanted to say Kincaid knows her, or that Gal has been keeping in contact with her. Too much explanation is needed to fit into that narrative of just how close they've gotten. And that is something I don't think that they have time to do in an hour and a half to 2 hour movie to make it actually fit and work. However, if you do this series, I think that has more of a possibility of happening. I think that rumor is the one that is closer to being true than we think. After all, it has been said that there is talks about a Scream series again. They do want to make this happen. And why not? It is all the rage to do it. So why not do this at this time? Strike while that iron is hot. Strike while that is the thing to do. Kind of give them that reason to make the series happen. And when you have an actress who has done a lot of TV like Hayden has, then you have this opportunity where you can have her come in and play the character, and she will be willing to play the character because she wants to come back as the character, and not to mention that she has been involved in TV series before, so she's not going to be ready to jump off the show after 1 or 2 seasons. If the series lasts all the way through like 4 or 5 seasons, it's possible that she would stick with it for that entire time. And you want someone like that involved. So I think that that has more of a chance of actually happening than her being the opening kill for that reason. We know they want to do it, and we know she's willing to come back. When you put those two things together, it does make sense that we would get that as an option. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that it's possible that she's going to be the opening kill? And if so, how do you feel about that? Or would you rather see a Kirby TV series? As always, we want to know what you guys think. Make sure you're leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Also, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of the conversation as well. Make sure you hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel. We really do appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers, and look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko. And then, friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.